Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Milne and this is Vix. Today we're going to be showing you our Enclave Base. Thanks for all the support that everyone's been giving the channel as we're new to all of this. Much appreciated. So let's get into this. So here we have our Enclave Base. Pretty simple. Has a nice broken front door to it. There's a few parts of this build that were a little bit tricky, but as long as you follow the way I say, then everything should be fine. Okay then, let's go do this. Right, so firstly, you're going to want to start off with a nice flat foundation, the key to a good build. And then we will be needing a few things like the roundhouse blueprint. I'm not going to show you how to do it because I don't want to. No, because so many people are covering this anyway and it just saves time. So we're going to place this in the top left hand corner of my circle, but not too far out because I need to get a foundation around the back of it eventually. Next I use this foundation, which you want to drag it just into the front. You can roughly place this for now because this is just a marker at the moment. Right, so with your roundhouse, if you do eventually get yourself one of these blueprints, be careful to plan everything out, because if you snap a foundation to it like I have here, you will not be able to delete it until you delete the inner circle. On this build it doesn't matter because I don't need this floor, I'll be putting a new floor underneath. Right, with that out of the way, we then want to take our other foundation and just push it so it's 3/4 of the way into this doorway. This can be very tricky, so take your time because this is the key part of the build. As you can see there, I've brought it about halfway into the door frame. Like I said, take your time with this because this is where, if you get this wrong, then you'll have to start this whole process again. Alright, I'm just going to speed up placing the rest of these foundations for a moment, just to save a little bit of time. As you can see, it does want to snap to everything other than where you want to place it. So be patient and you'll get there in the end. Right, as you can see here, I'm not 100% happy with that placing of that first block. So it's an easy fix. Just delete the ones attached to it and reposition. This might take you a few goes, but it's crucial to get this right. Okay, so now we've got that piece done, I'm then going to place two foundations off the front side of the circle. And I'm now just mapping out where the actual building's going to be. Okay, so at this point you should be left with something along the lines of this. Okay, next step is I'm going to place some walls just around the outside, just so you can see the general layout of the building. I'm going to leave this front piece off because we'll work on that in a minute. Okay, now they've all done. Next I'm going to place all the foundations around the outside. Obviously you don't have to do it this big, you could do your foundations around the building as big as you want. Okay, next step is to put a roof on the roundhouse. This is where it comes in handy having someone you know who you can PvP with and they can break it. If you don't have any friends in the wasteland, then you're just going to have to settle with a flamer, which is an easy thing. Just stack up stash boxes, place a flamer on top, burn away. Okay, and at the end of all that, you should be finished with this. Right. Next step is to change these two side walls into a solid wooden wall, pure and simply because when you burn them there's hardly anything left and you can then build into it. Right, and then I'm just going to run around the outside, double walling everything because I prefer to use the wallpaper. You don't have to do it this way, you can just do it single skin and stick with the Enclave pack. But yeah, I've got so many wallpapers, I might as well use them. Right, once we've done all that, you then need to find yourself the triangle brick, because for some strange reason the brick pieces are the only pieces that will double up once burnt. And then I'll use a half wall just to finish off. So once all that's broken, you can then go around the outside and do the same on the outside wall. You only need to use the brick corners for one side of it. You then can double it up with any pack you want. Okay, once we've finished all that, we're going to start working on the inner roof. As you can see here, I accidentally snapped the roof to one of the previous broken ones on the roundhouse. It's an easy fix, just edit the roof into a different piece and then it would be deleted. And then you can carry on. Okay, next I'm going to place in some triangle pieces up on the edges of these walls, as you can see right there, pure and simply because I'm putting a glass roof on my roundhouse, or the round part of it, and you can see the walls through it. Now we're going to start working on the front. This can be a little bit tricky, but once you get past this stage, the build's relatively easy. So I'm placing 3 flat walls up first, because I want a half triangle up there. Now I can't delete them walls underneath the triangle, so I'll show you a little trick where you can place a roof to it, and as long as you anchor this back down to a foundation like so, it now enable you to remove what you don't need. And we're going to repeat the process on this side. Okay, next I will infill just to make the pattern that I chose. And just placing these just to hide any gaps for the final build, for the final finish, sorry. Okay, now I'm going to start working on the roof above. So I've repaired a wall in order for me to be able to place this flat roof onto it, and then you can have fun trying to snap these roofs in, because as you can see they want to snap everywhere other than where you want them to. And in the end you just snap it completely behind you. Okay, now we're going to go back inside and fill in all the missing gaps. It can be fun trying to get these in, but they will go in eventually. Now on these front pieces, it likes to think that it's intersecting with things, so it's a quick easy way to sort this out, and that is just to edit the roof into a different piece, i.e. a flat piece, and then you should be good to go. For some reason on this side it wants me to put down both the roofs, where on the other side I only have to do it once. But no one tries to understand Fallout, they just play it. Okay, there we go. So all of those pieces are all covered in and ready to go. Now we're going to make our way outside. This is what you should be finished with. Let's repair. Just have a look. Lovely. Right, as you can see, typical Fallout once again. It's got that visual glitch where the roof is there, but it's not there until you decide to go in build mode again. Took me a minute to think about what was going on, and then I remembered it's Fallout 76. And this should be your finished roof. Hopefully at this stage of the game you'll be exactly the same as that. Alright, let's move on to the next bit. Now I've sped this next piece of the video up because nobody really wants to see me change all the walls into the walls I choose. So I'll be back in a minute. Don't worry about that green roof there, that will change if you open another camp or change server, that will come back. Next I'm going to place the Enclave medallion because it seems fit to do it on an Enclave base, and also it hides the difference in the two colours of the floor. Right, next I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned from Mr. Church. You should definitely go and check out his channel. I learned most of my building tricks from him. And this is stack 2 posts together and then push the corner of a mat into them, blueprint the whole lot, and then you can place it anywhere. I hate seeing the corners open like that, so I like to fill them in wherever I can. And once you've placed them both down, you can then just remove the mat, and there you go. Beautiful. So then on the outside, it's the same trick, this time with the longer posts. Once you're finished, you can just delete the top one, delete the mat, and you're left with a nice little infill for these horrible gaps. And there you go. Right, next I'm going to sort these roofs out because I completely forgot about them. Okay, your finished roof should look similar to that. Next I'm going to show you how I got the turrets up into the roof. Now for some strange reason I completely forget what I'm doing and I put both roof pieces down when you don't need to do that, but you'll see that in a minute. See that I've confused myself, and now I'm thinking maybe I'll flick through my inventory for a minute and then realise that I need to change the roof again. Still thinking. I found that if you put both the roof pieces flat, when you place the turret on, it ends up being too low. So if you bring one of the roof pieces back up to the slope, place it on that, and then they're just about high enough to shoot everything and not your camp. With these turrets, they don't need power, so you can literally just place them down, job done. I'm about to show you on the other side that if you do want power, it's easy to hide a generator in this gap as well. As you can see, this camp will bring its guests to it, usually super mutants or ghouls. You occasionally, if you're in this location, occasionally get attacked by murlocs, but nothing the base can't handle as long as you put a few turrets on the roof. Right, at this point I completely forget to put the right cards on to place a better turret, so bear with me. And then you can simply, after placing your turrets, just place yourself a generator, maybe 2 generators depending on what turrets you use, and then you can just power them up, replace the roof back to how it was, and all should be good. And there you go, generator's gone. At this point in the video, I'd just like to say that I'd love to see what you guys make of this base. If you could send me a link, I'd be more than happy to watch. So at this point, you can go around raising some of the roofs up, in which you can put a generator in, cut the power conduits, and then the whole camp will be powered up for lights. I'll show you it on one. Obviously, go crackers, do as many as you want. Once you're happy with all that, you can run yourself back indoors to place some lights, only to turn around and find out the damn super mutants had smashed the camp up. So there you have it, the general layout of my Enclave base, ready for decoration. Hope you enjoyed the video. A massive thank you to all the people who have been supporting the channel since I've started. Couldn't have done any of this without you guys. Thank you, and until next time, see you later.